We're faking sanity. I'm Sydney.
I'm Lou.
And we're a knitting podcast in Dawson Creek, BC, Canada. Please excuse the terrible light in today's episode. Yeah,
Sure.
They're called episodes. Sure. Today's podcast, because we've been taking turns being sick.
Yeah.
And we finally decided, okay, we're healthy enough to do it today, but someone else is using the store, so we're doing it from my mom's house.
Yeah.
And
Her mom's house has no
terrible lighting.
lights. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I love
bright overhead light.
You can't see the double chin as much.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. Anyway.
But my forehead looks like it's on fire or glowing or something.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. I don't get as much reflection on my glasses though.
She is doing the intro, which is why you can't tell that we run a shop in Dawson Creek, BC called Faking Sanity. It's a used bookstore and yarn shop.
And coffee shop. And gifty stuff.
Yeah.
And because, you know, small town, you definitely
The
sell
variety
a little of
helps.
everything.
Yeah.
It helps a lot.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And yeah. Do you want to just start with the knitting stuff then?
Yeah, knitting.
We've got knitting and spinning today.
I'm back in. I have my knitting mojo again. Okay.
My knitting. Oh, my first one is this one. I was like, we're matching-ish.
We're
So,
matching. Yes.
I threw on my cowl. So this is my abundant cowl, which I thought was an FO.
She didn't.
And I just noticed the end is woven in. I just haven't trimmed it yet.
Oh, well,
but
I could have grabbed your scissors.
Noticed it. Like the other end's already woven in. But this is the Abundant Cowl by Mango Badango Designs on Ravelry. So it's just a like slanted rib cowl because I wanted something simple.
You call that a rib?
Not a rib. It's
Slanted lace.
Oh, and I was
showing the
inside. It's
oh
really
yeah,
cool.
we podcast lots.
Yeah,
we're professionals.
So it's just a nice little simple texture, but I really liked it to show off the hand spun. And this is hand spun I spun out of medium Honui from Heavenly Wools. You may have heard me talk about her stuff before.
Have you spun anything else recently?
Not this year yet.
No.
Yeah. I think maybe
really,
one of the November or
really
December
Kate's
podcasts
stuff.
I did. Yeah.
Yes.
Kate's stuff is amazing.
Yes, it is.
And this is part of her Age of Elizabeth line. And I divided up the colors to make a little bit of a gradient. So the colors were all mixed in originally, but I divided them out. So there's kind of the black, then the purpley blue, then
yeah, it's
the blue,
harder to see. But...
and then the natural kind of warm gray. So yeah, this is the Abundant Cowl and I love it. And
it's very pretty.
I'll cut off this cord at the end. I can't believe it's even woven in. I probably just couldn't find my scissors but yeah. So it's super comfy and I love that the Honui, like even though it's coarse, like thicker fiber than like a merino or cashmere, it's not scratchy at all. I really like it. So that's my cowl.
That's nice. I have a hat made out of it, I think.
Oh yeah, my rainbow one. I spun the rainbow.
Yes, so I have a hat and I've made a cowl for my mom out of it. Yeah,
no, the cowl was merino. It was Kate's, but it was her merino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it for me for FOs.
Only FO. I have no FOs.
Yeah.
Because the last time we spoke, I had lost my knitting mojo.
Yeah.
But I regained it and then I hurt myself.
She knit too much.
I really do think that is the problem. Yeah. I started getting like shooting pains from here down to here.
Yeah. And I swear you inflamed the tendon.
Yeah. So for like 4 or 5 days, I wore a brace and I couldn't knit at all. So yeah, so I didn't knit at all for a week because I wasn't feeling the knitting. And then I got back into it and then I couldn't knit for a week because it hurt. But I have been knitting this.
It's amazing.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. I'm going to knit a sweater out of that.
And the funny thing is I have knit, well, I knit
part of it
I showed this last time.
Three times.
I had knit about that much, but it was way too wide. So I ripped it back and I changed the pattern.
It was almost double the width, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was massive. I don't know what. And then I had knit to like here because there's supposed to be an armhole here.
It's a cool design. It looks cool.
It is really cool. But it looked kind of strange on me. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love this shawl and I am going to wear it all the time.
Yeah.
So
well, and you'll probably wear it more as a stole than like, because it limits your arm movement if you have an
and I looked at it and no, her arms were up here. I don't know. It just, yeah, it was weird. But yeah, I love this pattern.
The cable definition is great in that yarn.
Okay, yes. So the pattern is Inish Main by Christina Morrissey. It's from Knit Picks. It's like a $5 pattern or something. It's actually part of their Crossings ebook. And there's some beautiful cable
There are a couple of sweaters that I really love.
Yeah, but okay, and the yarn is this,
lighting.
Okay. Sugar Bush Shanty, which is a merino and linen.
Yeah.
I think it's 80% merino, 20% linen.
You should know that we sell it.
Yeah, I know.
And you didn't
We sell
write
it at
down.
the store. It's nice. You can't really see it, but it looks kind of heathered, and that's because the linen didn't dye.
Yeah.
So it's got these white flecks.
Yeah.
And it's gorgeous, and it really does have beautiful cable definition. I'm just
it feels amazing too.
Look at this. Yeah. So I'm very excited about this. I have this much left in ball number 4, and I'm doing 10 balls. So this is going to be massive, and I am just going to wrap myself in it constantly. So this was my progress marker. So I've done this much since Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
You did a lot this weekend.
I did. As I will be talking about in Culture Consumed, I've been watching a show.
Oh my God, has she ever?
I have. But anyway, this is my basically I have been a monogamous knitter lately. I did do two other things technically, but yeah, I really love this. Yeah.
This was the color I wanted for my sweater.
Yeah, but I stole it all.
She stole it. Well, not all, but
no,
I thought you had
10 balls.
left 2 balls.
No, it's 10 balls, and we got 10 balls. But we'll be talking about later, we're ordering more from Sugar Bush.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my one FO.
Not your FO.
Oh, sorry, whip.
Like, that is a tiny shawl if that's an FO.
It's a whip.
I have a whip as well. I had posted this on Instagram and then tore them out and then decided, nope, I'm going to do them again. So these are the Masonry Mitts by Vera Brosgall on Ravelry. And it's yarn by Alison Barnes. It's her merino worsted. And it's the Dirty Cowboy colorway. And
it is amazing.
I'm going to put this up closer so you can see all the colors.
You basically have to,
absolutely amazing color. And I tried it in a couple of patterns and I just loved how it looked in stockinette and garter the best. So I went back to these because I just love how it looks.
A lot of the variegated yarns.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like, it's much more, I don't know. It's just me.
So lovely.
Yeah. I've been enjoying these simple knits lately. And this yarn is so squishy and nice.
What base is it?
It's her merino worsted. And
I was going to get this colorway in like a fingering weight at the Edmonton Fiber Fest. And by the time I got back to her booth, it was gone. That's okay, because now I'm thinking I have plenty of fingering weight. I need to get worsted. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at Fiber Fest.
Yeah.
Our Fiber Fest.
I'm going to get more of this, I think. I love the base. And I love Alison's colors. Yeah. This was the first time I'd actually knit with her stuff. And because I've oogled and googled.
Oogled and googled.
No, oogled and ogled and...
oogled and googled. I like it.
Oogled and ogled her yarn. But it was the first time I'd actually knit with it. And I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So, yeah. And I don't have dozens of mitts, whereas hats I have tons of and cowls. So this will be something I'll get much more use out of. Yeah. So I'm very pleased.
Not that you'll be done it before, spring.
No.
It's melting. It's not, I mean, I know this isn't spring.
But
it's only March. I know it's going to snow tons more, but still, it's so nice.
There was actually a snow warning tonight for the Pine Pass.
No.
And they said it might come up this way.
No. No snow. No, I'm
anyway,
sick of snow.
Muffin. You did that in timing. I'm knitting these out of Allison's yarn because she's one of our vendors at the Peace Fiber Fest. And so we just wanted to remind you guys that we're holding Make Along right now. So if you want to knit, crochet, spin or felt or weave anything using yarn or fiber or a pattern from one of our vendors, you can enter it into our Cal or Make Along Mal on our Ravelry group. And if
or do it by do a pattern by any of the designers.
I said that. Oh. It's okay, she doesn't listen to me. I'm used to it.
Bite me. We're not children, no.
Don't worry, Terry, we haven't killed each other yet.
No.
But yeah, if you've got anything that you're working on that's materials or a pattern from one of our vendors, and we posted that list on the last podcast and in our Ravelry group, you can enter it into the just Make Along. And if you come to the Fiber Fest, you can show it off to us and write it down in the little book we'll have there, and then you'll get an extra entry into the prize draw for the Cal. Yeah. And we have had two, I could mention this later, but I'll just mention it now since we're talking about the Fiber Fest. We've had two vendors that won't be able to make it that had booked initially. So Cool Cat Fiberworks and The Loop won't be able to make it, but if you've started knitting something with their yarns, feel free to, or crocheting or whatever, feel free to keep going. We're totally going to honor that. And then I can also mention here that we've added a new vendor. Cheryl Peebles, some of you might know, had a shop in Fort St. John that she sold a little while ago, but she will be having a booth with all her weaving supplies, so coned yarns and stuff like that. She'll have all of that at her booth. And she is also the media person for the Peace Spinners and Weavers Guild, which covers this whole area. And so she'll have half her booth dedicated to the Spinners and Weavers Guild. So if you want information about local spinning and weaving, she's the person to talk to. Can I beat her up now? Is it okay?
Not on camera.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we pause?
No. I have another whip. Okay, so my one little thing that was not part of my cabled shawl was a cabled cup cozy. So I have all sorts of cool little scraps of yarn because I do a lot of hats and they don't use 100 grams of yarn. Yeah. And these are such pretty yarns. Yeah.
Sorry, this is why I don't wear hand knits when we podcast.
I know. Most podcasters are like wearing their pretty knits. We're like,
yeah, I'm like, I can maybe handle outside, a t-shirt.
But we will not podcast outside.
Yeah, not here.
Anyway, so what I did is I took a scrap. So this is Yarn Indulgences Indulgent DK in Crave.
That's a nice cup.
And it was left over from my cattywampus hat, which I did in 2015. And the cattywampus hat is by Elizabeth Green Musselman.
Yeah. And it's cool how differently it knits up. Like if you look on her Ravelry
I didn't think to
project,
like bring my cattywampus, but yeah. So what I decided to do was just make some cup cozies from patterns in here because I haven't done any of them yet. So
awesome
it's the
book.
Japanese Knitting Stitch Bible by Hitomi Shida. Well, yeah, translated by Gail Rome. But anyway, yeah, so it's all sorts of very cool cabled and lace patterns. And so I just took part of one and made, it's the X's and O's. I mean, you've seen this before, but
yeah,
but it's such a cool pattern. And so my plan was to do it, put a button on this side and have it as a cup cozy, but I don't like how the buttonhole spread this end out. So I'm actually going to rip back a bit and do a I-cord loop instead.
Yeah. That'll look nice.
Yeah. And I thought, because I have all these pretty scraps that I have nothing to do with, ooh, I could make beard covers for all the guys that work in the oil patch.
Oh, yes.
They either can't have beards or have to
wear beard nets.
Weird beard nets, which look hilarious. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, I really nice. I had fun doing it. That was my little, you know.
That's a nice base too. I really liked her.
Oh, yes.
We still have a few of them. We haven't ordered from her in a while, but
yeah. But okay, that was my other Whip. I was going to say FO again.
That's your coffee coffee sleeve.
Coffee slip?
I don't know.
Yeah.
My other project is actually a spinning one. Oh God, the lighting is really bad this week. I'm so sorry, guys. We just decided if we didn't do it tonight,
we weren't going to do it.
We weren't going to do it until next weekend again. I look like I have raccoon eyes.
You do.
This is my spinning project this week. And so I'll hold it up close here. Can I get it to focus?
Oh, sorry, I'll stop moving.
Cover your face. It's hard to focus when there's something moving in the background.
Oh. See, how my glasses.
Oh, well. Anyway, I don't know how much of that you saw, but the fiber is really nice. It looks like this unspun, and it's 2 smaller braids that come together paired, and one is the solid green and one is this white and yellow kind of speckle. It's like part undyed and part
you consider that a speckle?
Well, it's got
fiber.
It's got kind of little, I mean, it's bigger than speckles, but it's got spots of green and yellow and white. And then, so I did a cable ply, which I had never done before, which was kind of cool. And I can do that now because I have extra bobbins for my spinning wheel. But so you spin a 2-ply and spin like a normal 2-ply and then spin another normal 2-ply. So I did 1 2-ply out of the green and 1 2-ply out of the colored one. And then you ply them again in the opposite direction. So if I plied the 2 greens this way, then I plied the green and the white and yellow green together in the opposite direction. And it makes this cool, really textured yarn.
Yeah.
I don't know if I hold a single strand close, if it'll...
Not really.
Show the texture.
No, it's not focusing on your...
Yeah, it just won't focus. Sorry.
It's cool. Just trust me.
It's really cool. It makes a really textured yarn, but also it's got like huge cable definition and it's really plump and round and
yeah,
it's cool. So I think I'm going to do a traditional 3-ply out of this one and then try and use them together in something so that you can see kind of the different colors in it. Like how the colors play, use the same colors. But I think I might divide this in half and do like a 3-ply with half and a 2-ply with half.
Oh.
And then, yeah, do a shawl that kind of plays with the colors as sort of a gradient. I'll spin them all the same thickness. So, and this is, surprise, surprise, Kate's Heavenly Wools yarn. It is not Honwe though, it is a merino. And this colorway pack, she's just started doing bigger skeins. So these are 125 grams instead of 100. And not skeins, braids. And this is one of her new colorways. It's called Dinosaur Cupcake. Did I write it wrong?
Dinosaur Cupcake.
Yeah, no. Dinosaur Cupcake.
And this is 100 grams.
No, she sent me the old braid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I love it. It's so lovely. Mm-hmm. And her stuff is so soft. And this is very coarse and very active twist.
She hasn't washed it yet.
Because I haven't washed it yet. So, but it'll be very cool. And I'm excited to use them all together.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't spin.
I spin a lot. We had planned to do the podcast on Sunday. So I brought my spinning wheel bag with my fiber and everything to the store on Friday. And then on Saturday I was sick and Sunday I was sick and so we didn't podcast. And then I kept not bringing it home, so I couldn't spin. So it's been like a week since I've spun. It's crazy. I'll beat you again.
No. I have acquisitions.
You do. You have lovely acquisitions.
I have one that's both a me acquisition and a store acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
So these, we got some gradients in. These are art fill. They just call them 100% merino ombre.
Yeah.
Ombre.
And some are merino, or some are true gradients and some are ombres.
Yeah. This one we got kind of a mixed batch. This one was a single one and it was the only one with speckles. but I really liked it, so I stole it. So this one is mine, but we also got a whole bunch in for the store. And they're so pretty. Yeah. And it's the same base as or I'm pretty sure it is. It looks like
exactly the same yardage.
As the bell fingering, which is also the same as the color bundles. Color bundles, that's what it is. I was saying color packs, and I'm like, no, that's wrong. And I knit a couple things out of those, and I love them. Yeah. So I'm really excited about this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Yeah, because you know I needed more fingering weight yarn.
Your Russell Street shawl was out of that, right?
And
your Indecision, the Calvé, was out of Belle.
What?
Your Calvé.
Oh yes, Indecision. Yes. Sorry, I
swear I said that.
You did, but I heard Calvé, and I'm like, what is a Calvé? So anyway,
it's a French Calvé.
Well, yeah, you never know with you. I like this. I don't know. Yeah. If you have any ideas, because you know now I have quite a few gradients. Yeah. But yeah, and we got them at the store, and they're so pretty.
Yeah. There's a gorgeous one that goes from like light kind of denim-y blue to dark denim to black. Well, to like a charcoal that I think I might bring home for me.
Yeah. So that's art fill. And then the other one today. We got a little sample of a new yarn from Sugarbush.
It's so nice.
It's Sugarbush Trickle. Yeah, so I knit up the little tiny sample skein. And it is so lovely. Oh, you can't. Anyway, it is fingering weight, 60% bamboo, 40% cotton. So a nice wool-free option. Yeah. And it's so soft.
Wasn't it the opposite?
Nope. 60% bamboo, 40% cotton.
Okay.
And yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah. And it's got a little bit of the shimmer from the bamboo.
Yeah, you can't really tell that it's kind of shiny. Yeah. It just looks like the light is shining on it.
But you can see a little bit of the speckle there.
Yes, and they're all speckly colors. Yeah. Yeah, so we don't have these in yet. We're ordering them, but it's their brand new yarn, and it is, it's really nice. I quite like it. I have no idea what I will do with it, but I'm sure I'll probably.
We're going to get it in sweater quantities in all the colors. Yeah. Because that'd be an awesome yarn for summer, like for tank tops and shirts and stuff, or light shawls.
Yeah, and they've done some patterns. We've only seen like 2 of them, but apparently they've got some patterns for shawls and stuff out of them too.
They're not up on the website yet.
Yeah, so it's really soft. Yeah. And it's really nice because we do have some people who can't do wool or just want something different than wool. So
well, and in the summer that's nice. It's so nice. Speckly. It's lighter.
Speckly.
Fuzzy blur.
Fuzzy blur. So yeah, that's the other acquisition, which was yay.
That's a cool one. We weren't planning on ordering more yarn from them right away, but we were like, we need to have that.
Yeah, we really
now's the time to get a linen yarn.
Yeah.
I was talking earlier about the Fiber Fest, and things are still going swimmingly in the planning for that, and we're really excited and hope that many of you will come up and say hi. But we also got a phone call from one of our viewers of the podcast from Calgary, and we wanted to pass on her message. She is planning to drive up from Calgary for the Fiber Fest, but didn't want to do the drive alone if she could help it. So she is offering a carpool for someone. So whether it's a vendor that has extra stuff to fit in, she has a big SUV, she said, and has lots of space. But she thought she might be able to carpool with somebody else from Calgary who maybe wanted to come up as well. So if you're in the Calgary area and are interested, contact us, either Cindy or myself at the store at Faking Sanity, or on Instagram or Facebook,
any of our ways,
or whatever.
We will pass on,
and we'll
get you guys connected.
Yeah,
because that'd be really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, we just wanted to pass that along, and we can't wait to see all of you, and we're so excited. There started being posts on the PFF Peace Fiber Fest make along on our Ravelry group, and I've seen a few projects already.
Oh, yes. There's this one that's out of one of our yarns that I hadn't actually seen knit up yet, and I'm like, I love it, now I want something. Oh, it's so bad.
Knit up. I knit a hat out of it.
Oh,
out of the speckle. Yeah. It was the
first. Was the same? No, it was a different speckle though.
Yeah. It was the gray
colorway
instead of the blue. But
yeah, it was a colorway I hadn't seen knit up yet. Yeah. I'd seen the yarn knit up.
Yeah, it was super nice.
Yes. Oh, what did I do there?
She's making mistakes, so I'm gonna laugh at her now.
Uh-oh. Oh no, they just got come up.
I think that's it for knitting right now.
Oh, that's all the knitting. I know, I didn't knit for a week. That kind of slowed us down. And we've just been...
When I was sick, I wasn't knitting. Like, I was in bed, so...
We've just been passing, or not even the same things, but like, I had like the flu and then migraines.
Yeah, stupid weather. Anyway.
But yeah.
We're better now.
We're back to our knitting mojo.
Yes.
I'm so happy. Oh, and we got the sweetest present.
Yeah, I posted it on Instagram.
I forgot to bring it. I have a little progress keeper and it says happy place.
Yeah.
Because knitting is my happy place. And it is. Yeah. Just some days I'm like, nah.
And we had mentioned, I think in the episode where you had mentioned knitting was your happy place, or I did, I had mentioned that glitter gets everywhere. And so she sent us each a little stitch marker and or a progress keeper for yours.
Yeah, mine was.
And mine was a little sheep stitch marker, and it was in an envelope that I don't know if she found it or made it herself, but it was a little envelope this size. So perfect for a stitch marker, just covered in glitter, like glued to it. It was awesome.
Thank you.
And then I spent 2 days finding glitter. But it was so sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was really sweet.
So yeah, thank you. I know that some people are not comfortable with having their names on the internet, so you know who you are, and thank you so much. Yes. It made our day.
It really did.
Yeah.
So we're on to Culture Consumed, which is our other part of our non-knitting part of our podcast.
Yes.
So if you're only here for the yarn, you can leave. We'll forgive you.
But if you want to see me beat up on Cindy some more or mock her, stick around.
Oh, she's gonna mock me because, okay, so I get to start Culture Consumed because I have been obsessed with this show. Obsessed. It's another Australian show. Apparently I'm in the Australian mood. Mm-hmm. It's called A Place to Call Home. And I'm watching it on Acorn TV, but apparently it's been playing on like PBS and, no, BBC Canada. I think.
Yeah.
Because one of our customers was like, oh yeah, I love it too. Yeah. But it's set in the 50s in kind of small town Australia, and it's amazing. I've been describing it to her, and she's like, it sounds like a soap opera. And
it totally sounds like a soap opera.
But it's so good because I realized, okay, so I watch all of these mystery shows like Lewis and Blake Mysteries and Murdoch Mysteries and whatever. And so, you know, terrible things happen, but not normally to the main characters. I mean, the ones where terrible things happen to them are the ones you remember because, oh no, they're the ones, you know, you learn things about Hathaway that you never thought you would learn about Hathaway.
But usually they're the people figuring out the crime, not the person it's happening to.
But in A Place to Call Home, it's like everything happens to the main characters. But yeah, anyway, it is fabulous. It's about this kind of upper class family and the people that kind of come into their orbit. And oh, it is so good. Okay. It's set just after the war, so it deals with like World War II, and it deals with homophobia and racism, and oh, so good. And I have cried in, I'm pretty sure, every single episode.
Okay, you get the normal description of the show.
Well, because I can't spoil the show. You're not going to watch it, so I'm telling her.
So-and-so was married to so-and-so, but then they disappeared, and then they got together with this person, but then they got pregnant, but then this person came back, and then, so they had to leave and raise the kid with them, but then they died, and then they left, and now they're back with the other couple. Like, it sounds like the most convoluted soap opera you've ever heard.
Good. It is so good.
Like, this sounds more convoluted than My Dad's Young and the Restless. And she was like, yeah, but it happens over 4 or 5 years instead of 40 or 50. And I'm like, still convoluted.
It is so good. I highly recommend it. Yeah, it won all sorts of awards, and it's got amazing acting. Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. So I'm in middle of 5th season.
I get that recap that I just gave you for every episode.
No. If I gave it for every episode, you'd kill me. I give you a recap at every about 5 episodes.
Oh, okay.
It is so good.
She's crazy.
Yeah. And politics and...
Actually, a couple of the storylines have sounded interesting. It just sounds like way too much happening to the same people. It's like Forrest Gump. Like, you cannot be involved in every storyline that is in your country.
You can. Haven't you read the adventures, the 100-year-old man who climbed out a window and disappeared? I haven't actually read it yet either. It's in my to-read list. Okay, you can talk about something now.
Oh, well, since I've mocked you, I should probably mock your mum now.
Oh, yes.
So we're recording at her mum's house. And I was putting away the stuff that was on the table. So there was some placemats. So I was putting those away. And then I was like, oh my God, Cindy, have you seen your mom's napkins? And they say, at my age, I need glasses. And they're awesome.
My mom has everything. She doesn't need stuff. So when people want to buy her stuff, they buy her wine-related things. Yeah. There is a cushion over there that says keep calm and drink wine. Yeah.
And she has a calendar that's like a page a day with all whiny quotes.
Yes.
Like, I need to empty these bottles, or like it's about a recycling thing.
Right now it is, the contents of this bottle need downsizing. Yeah, so there tends to be a lot of whiny things around Mom's house.
I love wine
and baseball. Wine and baseball. That's my mom's life.
Yeah, she's in Florida right now watching baseball. Her favorite team spring training is down there. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I had to mock Terry and show off her fun napkins. Yeah.
And she's like, how did you become such an obsessive person? And I'm like, Mom, have you met yourself? I'm like, I get a little obsessed about TV shows and books and
Terry disappears for 5 months during curling and baseball season.
Yeah, she really does. She's like, how am I going to get anything done? And I'm like, well, if you didn't watch 4 hours of baseball every single day. She's like, yeah, but why else would I live?
She's not that bad.
No, she is. Love you, Mom. She might be watching this. I'm not sure. She's in Florida.
Yeah, probably not while she's away.
She doesn't love us that much.
What else? Culture consumed.
Culture consumed.
I've been watching Star Trek Discovery.
Which she can't say anything about because I am going to watch it eventually, but she can't spoil me.
The new season is amazing for any of you who have been watching it. It's amazing. And there are a couple of storylines that I just love, and I love the current episode where it ended, and I love shows that flash back to previous shows. So I've told her that it flashes back to something that's happened in one of the Star Treks.
You just said Stargate.
I know. In one of the Star Treks.
Because if it flashes back to one of the Stargates, that is really a good crossover.
Yeah.
Okay, but the only Star Trek set before this one is the original, isn't it?
I don't know.
Or Enterprise.
I don't know. Oh. She told me I'm not allowed to spoil her on any of it, so I can't. I just have to say, if you haven't watched it yet, it is on Crave TV if you're in Canada, and you should totally watch it. The first season was really good, but I love some of the things that have happened this season.
Okay, I better watch it before we cancel our Crave again.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So watch it. It's awesome. And the main character I love.
Okay.
Yeah. She's an amazing actress.
That's awesome. I also did watch some One Day at a Time. You watch, so there's a new season out, season 3. And I started watching it, but then got hooked on A Place to Call Home. I haven't finished it. And
you need to watch it too. Because I can't tell anything. Yeah. If you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix in It's
we watch a lot of streaming services, if you can't tell.
We have no cable. Yeah. So any TV we watch is on streaming. It's a Netflix original, so if you're in Netflix anywhere, you should have that one.
It is so good.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, and I love it.
And some of the new season's episodes tie into some of the big storylines in last season. And I love the resolution on one of the main issues, and I can't tell you, and it's killing me.
I will finish it maybe this weekend.
Okay. I just realized I'm staring at the stop button instead of the camera.
I'm always staring at me, but luckily it looks all right. You can't tell where my eyes are. My eyes are just little black dots.
Yeah, well, mine too tonight. Actually,
yours always are.
Big black.
You can never see your eyes. All you see is these little squinty slits.
Yeah. My eyes aren't that small, but...
Mine are, and then the glasses make them look even smaller. Squinty slits.
Squinty slits.
Squinty slits.
It's because I squint a lot.
Yeah.
And as soon as I smile or anything, my eyes close.
Yeah. So for my graduation pictures, because in every picture, if I smile, my eyes are gone, right? So in my grad pictures, many, many years ago, I decided I would try very hard to keep my eyes open while I smiled. So my pictures are like...
It's true.
They're terrible. Oh,
they're not as bad as you think, but your eyes look like you're bug-eyed.
Well, no. The ones that we actually like got printed were the best of the lot. Yeah. There were some that were like... Yeah. Well, and I think without my glasses at that time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember. No, I was wearing my glasses. I was wearing my glasses.
Some of them you had them, but you might, because you did have contacts.
No, I didn't by that point. I had contacts in grade 9 and grade 10 and went, I hate contacts and I look better with glasses. So why am I doing this to myself?
So what else? Have you been reading anything or watching anything other than your Australian show?
No, not really. I'm very behind on all my YouTube shows. Second season of Cobra Kai should be coming soon. Anyway, I have been reading though, and listening to audiobooks. I finally finished The Parasol Protectorate by Gail Carriger. I read the...
Don't chew on the knitting needles.
I had read the first 2 ages ago. And then I kept, every time I went to, well, not every time I went to the library, but a lot of the times I went to the library, I'd get out the 3rd one, and then I just wouldn't read it, and I'd take it back.
Yeah.
And I finally took out the 3rd one, I read it that day and loved it, and so went and got 4th and 5th. Because our library is doing a readathon.
It's a diversity read, right?
No, it's there's some, like, read a book with a red cover, read a, you know, young adult book, that kind of like challenges. But the rest is just like challenge yourself to how many books you want to read.
How many are you up to so far this year?
20.
That's not bad for 3 months, 2.5 months.
So that I am 1 book ahead of schedule because I plan to read 100 books this year. That's my usual challenge to myself.
Yeah, 2 a week.
Last year, yeah, 2 a week with 2 weeks vacation.
Yeah.
But I am 15 minutes from being done another audiobook. I just have the epilogue to go, and I'm almost done 2 other books, I think. I tend to read a lot on the same time.
I'm in the middle of 10.
Yeah, oh yeah, I have lots of books on the go, but those I actually have been reading. But yeah. Anyway, Parasol Protectorate. It's kind of steampunky with werewolves and vampires, and it's fabulous. They're really fun. Gail Carriger. And then she has... I
don't think I've read any of hers.
Parasol Protectorate is her big one.
Okay.
But then she has kind of 2... well, she has another series that is about one of the children... Well, a couple of the children of people from Parasol Protectorate. And then another series that somehow ties into the world. I think they're all set in the same world, but I'm not positive yet. Yeah. And it's a kind of boarding school-y one. But the boarding school is like dirigibles floating. Oh, yeah, it's pretty fun. That's cool. And it's like a finishing school for young gentlewomen, except that they're being turned into spies and assassins. So, yeah, loads of fun.
I've started so many new books that I know I will love, like their authors I love, their stories I love.
That was the thing with the 3rd.
Just wasn't, like, I start it and go, I love this, but it's not for right now. Yeah. So I started rereading A Deeper Season. Oh! And, which is, and what's the other one? There's the Vakorsgun and the...
Lust Over Pendle?
Lust Over Pendle, yeah. So Lust Over Pendle is a fanfic, like
a Harry Potter
novel-length fanfic.
Longer than most of the
Harry Potter world. It's really good. It's really old, so I can't imagine there are spoilers.
It was set. It was actually written after the 3rd or 4th book. Yeah. So
some things are different.
The world is completely different.
Yeah, some things are very different because they got changed in book 4 or 5. But it's really well done, really well written. And if you loved the first books but didn't like some of the decisions in the later books,
and if you love Neville,
basically, if you love, it's Neville. A good Neville story.
Yes. But Deeper Season is the one you're
Deeper Season is the one I'm reading now, and that is a Vorkosigan world. fanfic, also a novel-length one. It's one I've reread, I don't know, a half dozen times. It's a feel-good one. And I read, so with that one, I kind of did the same thing. Like I read the first several books in the series. The series is by Lois McMaster-Bujold. And I read the first several books, and then she told me about this fanfic, which I loved. I read it, and so that to me is the original version. And then I read the rest of the books. I'm like, no, this is wrong. But if you like space opera, and that kind of sci-fi fantasy novel, check out Lois McMaster-Bujold's Vorkosigan series.
Amazing.
They're amazing.
They're
and
they're faves.
Yeah, I've reread several of the books.
Oh,
and
I've reread all of them many times.
Yeah. Well, the later ones I hadn't read yet, so I just got one of them on my Audible. I got Audible for Christmas.
Oh, why do you do that? I have most of them on Audible.
You don't have the new one, do we?
I
thought the latest one you had was the Ivan Patchell's Alliance.
No, I'm pretty sure I have Gentleman Joel and the Red Queen.
Oh, well.
Is that what you just bought?
Yeah.
Well, that was silly of you.
Yeah. We both have the book.
That's right.
I didn't have the paper copy of that one, and we never get those in at the store. So I decided to buy that one and listen to it. But yeah, I'm reading the fanfic and I love it. And it's the original to me, so it's very sentimental.
I think you'll like Gentleman Joel and the Red Queen.
But yeah, it's awesome. If you're looking for either of those fanfics, if they sound of interest, they are on Archive of Our Own. And
we can put links in the...
Yeah. And they're amazing ones.
Leftover Pendle isn't on Archive.
Oh,
it's on their own. It's on its own website.
Oh, that's right.
But you can download it as an ebook, which is so handy.
Yeah. But yeah, I love the Vorkosigan ones. I love the books, and I love Deeper Season.
Most people don't read fanfic.
Yeah.
It's just us geeks.
You're missing stuff.
If you have no idea what fanfic is, it's basically taking some world like the Harry Potter world and going, okay, what if this happened?
And then writing
a story.
Yeah. And some of them are just little blurbs, like a paragraph, just one scene.
Some of them are novel
and some
length.
of them are novel length. Like
building your whole world. Yeah.
Deeper Season was, I think, like 300,000 words. Like it's not even a short novel.
No.
Like it's an average big novel.
Oops.
Not War and Peace, but you know. Yeah. So that's what I've been reading.
Yeah.
Have you been? Oh, you have nothing else to talk about?
I not really. I mean, I have been reading some stuff, but
I feel like I'm talking a lot.
You're always talking a lot. It's fine.
I did find some new podcasts this week.
Okay.
Because I've been knitting. I haven't finished my sweater yet. I'm not showing it because the progress looks...
You can't tell if there's been knitting done on it.
I added a couple of inches to it, but it's stockinette in the round, so it looks kind of the same. But I found a new knitting podcast called The Knitting Pipeline, and she's a piper who's a knitter, which is of interest to me because I used to play the pipes. And also Jammy
Never,
Dodger.
ever be the roommate of bagpipers. Never.
I never played the pipes inside.
You played your freaking... What's
chanter.
It called? Chanter. It's the practice. It basically sounds like an oboe that's been gutted.
Actually, that's not bad. It's still got the double reed, so it's still kind of nasally like an oboe, but it doesn't have any of the fine-tuning abilities of a finished instrument.
Like in tune, like tunability. Oh yeah, an out of tune oboe. That's what it sounds like. Oh,
there is tunability. You can put tape over part of the hole. And the reeds are just plastic in that too. So it's for learning your fingerings. It is not for
anyone's enjoyment.
It's not bad. I never played the pipes inside.
Of course, my family used to complain about me practicing my trombone. They always, and my French horn. I played a lot of instruments when I was a kid. Not terribly well. And yeah, the French horn and the trombone they were complained about because it was like, they said it was like a dying elephant.
I played, when I was a kid, we had a visiting orchestra come, and I was like, oh, I want to learn how to play the flute, because they had cool parts in that, in the couple of pieces they were playing.
No, see, all the girly girls wanted to play flutes in my band. Girly girls and Tim.
Oh, I loved the flute. I didn't love the flute in the military because it was basically trills.
Yeah.
It was marching band, so you did, you know, was kind of your role, and then count 12 bars, and then
also flautists cannot march well because
they
they're
can.
looking. I don't know where they're looking, but they end up walking in front of the clarinets.
You're looking in the front, and how does a flute walk in front of a clarinet? Because you're supposed to be behind them to start.
Oh no, see.
Oh, you guys did weird marching band
we
formations.
We were a very, very small marching band, so there was like 3 flutes and then me, the clarinet. And yeah, and
you had 1 clarinet and 3 flutes.
No, I think there was maybe another clarinet behind me.
Oh,
I don't know. It all depended on who showed up.
Yeah.
Right. And one day, Lan Laurence, who is our conductor, who's amazing. He could pick up any instrument and play it.
Yeah.
And like play the music off by heart, whatever, any instrument. So one day he picked up a piccolo and decided to come marching with us because we would just practice by marching through the streets of Dawson Creek. I'm sure that impressed people. But anyway, he was an amazing musician. He could not march in a straight line for the life of him. And he was playing the piccolo. So he, I don't know, he marched that way and we were, oh yeah, I was like, Lynn, get out of my way.
He was doing cool counter marches.
No, we had one marching maneuver. It was the, like basically you turn around, go back through the lines. I can't even remember what it was called. It was a long, long time ago. But basically we always marched at the beginning of the parade, but the police horses were right in front of us. So it was always like, I don't know how, but we always ended up doing that little maneuver right where the horses had pooped. Always.
What you always wanted to know, Cindy's poopy shoes in high school while playing trombone.
Yes. Well, not even high
clarinet.
School. Clarinet, I don't know. I played many instruments. I don't remember what instruments I played. It wasn't even high school. That was junior high. I joined a band because of a boy.
Oh. I learned flute first, and my mother loved it. My dad, not so much. And then when I was in college and I picked up the sax, well, actually in high school, I picked up the sax, and my dad loved it, and my mom not so much.
The one my family hated the most was the drum set. I brought a drum set home one day in like junior high, because you know, our band had extra instruments at the time, and would just lend them out. And yeah, it only lasted about a week.
I can see your mom
in the basement, thump, 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 chink, thump. I was not I could not coordinate. It's like I can't play the piano because I can't do 2 different things with the 2 hands. I just,
you can play the same melody in 2 octaves,
totally.
But not.
But yeah, and the drum set, I could do timpanis, I could do lots of different percussion, but doing bass drum, snare drum, cymbals, nope. Yeah, we were musical kids. Yeah. She was extra musical.
Yeah, that was when I went to college. I did a music degree in Montreal.
I did not.
That was me. Didn't ever use it for work.
No.
Then I went to school for education and didn't ever use it for work.
I didn't ever use my history degree for work.
And then I worked in IT for 10 years. And
without a degree.
And then took an IT diploma so that I could say I had the knowledge that I did if I wanted to apply elsewhere. And then we decided to do this. Yeah. So I haven't used that one either.
My history degree came in handy. It was the Bachelor of, would you like fries with that? No, sorry, I didn't actually work at McDonald's. It was a Bachelor of, do you have an iRewards card? I worked in Cole's bookstore for many, many years.
Or Bachelor of, would you like Mexi fries with that?
Oh, yes. No, because I worked at Taco Time while doing my degree.
Yes. But yeah, I think that's it. Just some musical podcasts.
You don't want to hear musical podcasts?
Yes, well, the Knitting Pipeline. That's how we got into this.
Yes, I know.
Oh, and Jammy Dodger. That one is, it's a trans man, and he started out his channel just doing like updates on the changes he was experiencing as he was starting on testosterone and stuff. But then he and his, fiance at where I'm at, I don't know if they're married now, but they have This Is Me organization that they've started, and it's all about like clothing that are that geared towards LGBTQ communities, like that are about being comfortable saying who you are.
Yeah.
Like they have pronoun shirts and stuff like that. And
awesome.
And they do the money goes towards. Yes, you did. The money goes.
I'm an adolescent boy.
And the money goes towards like education programs and stuff like that.
That is really cool.
Yeah. And it's really fascinating. Like he does a lot of informational videos now too, or just, you know, what they're doing with the other. Some is like people send in questions.
I'm getting more comfy and more comfy. Now my feet
people
are
send
up.
in questions about their relationship, because people are intrigued about being in a trans relationship and whether his fiance sees herself as like straight or gay or whatever. And some about being in like an interracial couple, because they're interracial couple, and it's really fascinating.
That is
really cool.
I like finding out about people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like not being Snoopy, but just this
You're
is the
more
information.
Of a Woodstock. Charlie Brown.
Yeah,
You're Charlie Brown.
I am Charlie Brown.
You're totally Charlie Brown.
You're Lucy.
Why am I Lucy?
Oh, you're Lucy. Aww, you pull the football away every time I go to kick it.
That doesn't sound like me. I'm too lazy to get up and pull the football away.
You could be the one that plays the piano.
Linus.
Is it Linus? Yes.
No, Linus is the blanket.
Yes, Linus is the blanket. The one that plays the piano has a musician-y name. I can't remember his name.
It's been a long time since I've watched Charlie Brown.
Me too.
Yeah. We used to watch Charlie Brown Christmas, but I think that's about the only one I ever watched.
I think we watched the Halloween one, the Great Pumpkin.
I don't think I ever saw that. I knew about it. But... Anyway, I think we've exhausted any interesting topics.
People want to sit here and chat with us while we knit. Ooh, and burp, apparently. Sorry, excuse me. At least I did it quietly.
So we are like less than 2 months away from the Fiber Fest. It's like a month and a half.
She's getting squirrely.
I'm not squirrely.
She is getting squirrely. Well, no, getting is the wrong word. She has been squirrely since like October. But well, no, she's been squirrely since I met her. But yeah, we
have a floor plan now. We've got everything laid out, and we've got like a comfy seating area that's provided by Hippie Strings, Cheryl and.
Well, Cheryl, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess Cheryl has another company.
Vintage Farmhouse Rentals.
Yeah,
vintage
and so they're going to bring down a whole bunch of furniture, and we'll have like comfy really cool vintage furniture seating area.
And food. We've got to test out cookies that will take the... We have little cookie presses that have like sheep and knitting patterns. Yeah. So we got to figure out which...
The snickerdoodles.
Ooh,
they'd be perfect for that.
Yes. And they're tasty.
Yes. But yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
There's stuff going on. We've got a full day of classes and demos now.
Yes.
There's knitting and spinning classes.
So there's going to be a beginner spinning on a Turkish spindle. There's going to be Fix Your Knits.
Fix Your Knits, all about identifying and fixing mistakes. And then there's going to be a fit gauge and...
We can never remember the title.
Fit, swatch, and gauge.
Yeah.
Or swatch, fit, and gauge.
It's all about making your garments fit properly.
Yeah. And
then some demos.
Yeah, Cindy and I are both going to do some demos on... I'll do chain plying in spinning.
And I'm going to do chain plying in knitting.
Yeah, which a lot of people have never heard of or tried.
Plying on the fly is what I call it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a really cool technique. And basically, if you have all... lace weight yarn or fingering weight yarn, but you want to knit something quick, it allows you to do that without having to juggle multiple balls, which I don't enjoy. So
and we've got a couple weaving demos. And it'll be pretty cool.
One of the people is bringing a spinning wheel to demo at her booth. I can't remember. That's why I said one of the people.
Oh, okay. I remember the weaver that's going to demo at her booth. But...
Yeah, no, it's one of the later booths we added.
Okay. Yeah, so, we're really excited.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
It is. I might be a little squirrelier before the end.
She's going to drive me nuts. If I kill her at Fiberfest, you guys will cover for me, right?
We're pretty excited.
Yeah, we are.
Like,
she just gets a little...
I'm fine. I'm just in planning mode.
Oh, good. She's finally been diagnosed as having anxiety. And yeah, for years, she's like, I'm not anxious, I'm just planning. Like, you're planning in case our $10,000 fridge dies.
Well, that's a smart thing to plan when you have a fridge that could die. It sounded like it was in its death woes.
And I'm like, let's just call someone to take a look at it. And they fixed it.
Ish.
Well, I mean, it works fine.
It does. It actually works great. It just sounds like it's dying.
Yes. Sounds like it's going to take off.
Yes.
Maybe move the whole building with it. That would be awesome to have a flying building. Sorry, we're really off tangent now.
You want a TARDIS?
I do want a TARDIS.
I do too.
Basically,
so I have
just
time to go home and read and listen and spin.
Yes. More time in every day would be great.
You could move to Mars. You get an extra hour every day.
Yeah, but the weather sucks.
Very true. Very true. I think we've bored everyone that was left now.
Including me. I'm like making sounds.
So if it's just the two of us left, let's call it a day. It's dark out now.
It's dark.
Like, it's dark. It's night.
Well, yeah, but that's because it's 8:20.
Yeah.
The sun is staying up until like 7 now.
Yeah, and it's up at 9. Like when we go to work, we see daylight. And when we come home, we see daylight.
We see daylight. It's so nice. I like daylight. I've been house sitting for my mom, and every Sunday I just park myself right over there on the couch where the sun shines in the nice big south-facing window.
Yeah, it is nice to sit there during the day.
Because our apartment is north-facing.
Yeah. And
so we don't see sun in the apartment at all, which she loves.
Well, except in my room.
Oh, yeah.
I have a big west-facing window, so every afternoon the sun beats in on my window, and I hate it. I hate it. And in the summer, it's gross because I get sun all night.
We could switch bedrooms.
You have too much furniture.
I know.
Your furniture wouldn't fit in my room.
I could get rid of some furniture.
Your bed wouldn't fit in my room.
My bed would fit in my room. That might be it. I have a big bed. I like my big bed.
I have a little kid's bed.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a little bit bigger now. I have a headboard. But I think we'll let you go, and we will talk to you soon, and can't wait to see more of your Peace Fiber Fest make-along projects.
Yeah.
And yeah, contact us if you're interested in a carpool from Calgary to Dawson Creek at the end of next month for the Fiber Fest.
And something that I've forgotten already. Nope, it's all good.
Her brain is mush.
And we'll try not to be like more than 2 weeks till the next podcast.
Yeah.
We've been really bad because we've been
well, and all of our staff have been sick. We were looking at the last payroll, and
no, the last one was fine. The one before that, there
was not a single day where
we had all of our staff.
Yeah. Every day somebody called in sick. So we've been putting in extra hours. So, yeah, I think we'll leave you on that note, and we will talk to you again soon. Keep knitting and show us all your fun spinning and weaving and stuff too.
Yeah. Bye-bye.